Yo, what is up guys? Welcome to another Wild Rift video, and yet again, in today's video I want to shed light on this Ashe build, guys. You see this build? I really want to shed light on it because if we go to, the top Ashe players and actually take a look at what they build, and I'm not saying that what they're building is wrong, like this is a good build. If you actually look at the leaderboards, everyone tends to go for like some sort of a Blade Rune King build or some sort of a sustained crit damage build, right? Like you can clearly see everyone is doing that. Again, I'm not saying that's the wrong way to build Ashe. You can build Ashe like that. But I want to talk about this build. Because this build is so good if played correctly that I truly don't understand why not that many people are using it. So in today's video, I'm going to explain to you guys how to play with this build. And this build has become even stronger now than before. I remember I made a video about this build like a few weeks or months ago. Then Essence Reaver had less attack damage. Now they buffed the attack damage of Essence Reaver. So the build is even stronger. There's timestamps in the description if you just want to skip to the gameplay. So let me tell you about this build. It's quite simple to build, it's very simple. You go for a Mana Mune, you go for Essence Reaver, you go for Glutinous Greaves, you go for Solaris Charge Blade, Infinity Edge, and then last item, you can either go for the Cyril's Grudge if you want to get the slow, or I've tried another item which worked really well, surprisingly, the Black Cleaver. So okay, especially if you have a team with a lot of attack damage and champions that don't buy Black Cleavers, you can actually choose to get the Black Cleaver as your third item. You can even go for it as your second item, but you're gonna lack a little bit of damage. But basically, Black Cleaver, I feel like from what I've played, and it's weird to say because Black Cleaver is normally not an ADC item, but really, to me, it feels stronger than a Cyril's Grudge. I don't know why. I really don't know why. But to me, I'm telling you guys what it feels like to me. It feels stronger. It just shreds all of the armor. Now, it synergizes perfectly with Ashe's second ability. And also with the first ability. Like, you can shred the armor so incredibly fast. You're going to shred all of their armors with the second ability. And you're constantly poking around. So, instead of a Cyril's Grudge, I prefer Black Cleaver, as my last item, fourth item, third item, whenever you feel like you need it. And that is the build. It's actually so simple. It's really that simple. Always Mana Mune first, Essence Reaver, Glutinous Greaves, Solaris Charge Blade. Here it's situational, but basically you go for these three items. Again, you can go for the Cyril's Grudge, or you can go for the Mortal Reminder if you want to get the anti-healing. But I suggest you guys to give Black Cleaver a try. It's a good item on Ashe. Oh yeah, for your enchantment, Stasis enchant is always good, of course, because you're going to be quite vulnerable. You're a poke damage champion, so if an enemy hard types you, Stasis is always going to be good. For your roots, you still go for Conqueror, even though the build is meant to be like a poking build. You still go for Conqueror. Reason is because you're basically always going to have your first ability off cooldown, so you can constantly use it because you have so much ability haste with this build. As you can see, 20 ability haste, 20 ability haste, 15 ability haste, 25 ability, you know what I mean? Like, you have so much ability haste that you're constantly going to have your abilities up, so you're going to be stacking up the Conqueror pretty easily, right? So go for the Conqueror as your first item. First rune. Second rune, you go for weakness. Nothing else. Nothing else. Hunter Vampirism is also good, but that is why you go for Glutinous Greaves. You basically go for Glutinous Greaves instead of the Ionian Boots of Lucidity, and the reason is because you already have so much ability haste with this build that the value of Ionian Boots of Lucidity just diminishes a little bit. It's not as valuable anymore, you know what I mean? Like, when you get so much of ability haste, the extra ability haste that you get on top of that is not going to be as valuable to you anymore. So you're much better off going for the Glutinous Greaves and then instead going for the Weakness rune. Slowing an enemy, or impairing movement, slowing, stunning, whatever, makes them take 5% more damage in the following 5 seconds. Your second ability spreads, it does damage to everyone. Your ultimate stuns the enemy. You see what I'm trying to talk about? You're gonna constantly slow the entire enemy team. You are gonna deal more damage, and your teammates are gonna deal much more damage. This item has perfect synergy with this build. This rune. You always go for weakness. Third rune, it really depends. Like, Hunter Titan is generally going to be good. Adaptive Carapace if you want to survive early game, but it just depends. Like, whatever you need, Second Wind, Hunter Titan, whatever you need. Fourth rune, you go for Sweet Tooth, because Sweet Tooth is broken. And Mana Mune, no. Sure, in the early game you need mana, but in the late game you're not gonna struggle with mana as much anymore. And now for your spells you go for Barrier and Flash. So enough about the build, let's now get into the gameplay. Alright, on to the gameplay. So I'm still doing the giveaway, you know, I always let you guys know. Just put a comment under the video to enter the 10 legendary skin giveaway. So Ashe. Ashe is not that strong of a champion. You know, I don't want to get your hopes up too much. Wait, let me just put up the game sound a little bit. I don't want to get your hopes up too much, but Ashe is definitely decent. I would say like A tier champion. But there's a certain way that you have to play her. Again, in this video, I'm going to teach you how to play Ashe with this build. This video doesn't apply to playing Ashe with a Blade of the Moon King. It's completely different, but let's get into the video. Take a look at what's happening. Enemy is invading. What are me and Braum doing? Are we backporting to help our team? No. Are we invading the enemy jungle? No. What are we doing? Very, very simply, and this is what you have to do, push out the wave. So, enemy is invading our jungle, whatever. What do? We push out 2 waves, as you can see. What's gonna happen, and we're gonna take their sweet tooth, we're gonna take the honey fruit. What's gonna happen is we're effectively making the enemy lose like, what, 500 gold or something. Or maybe around 400, 450. Oh my god, they're pinging so much. Around 400, 450. We're even taking a turret plate. Look at this. This is such a good start for us. So even though our teammates got invaded, this is fine. This is good because we just made the Leona and the Caitlyn lose a lot of farm in the lane in return. We also got a third of the turret's damage. This is exactly what you have to do if the enemy does a 5-man invade on the other side. My god, this Jax is just pinging like an idiot. You actually see, this team was absolutely idiotic. You know, I don't want to offend too many people, but some of the teammates we had in this game were absolutely idiots. And idiots with pinging. You'll see what's gonna happen, you'll see. Yeah, like even the Braum is asking how to mute someone. The way that this Ashe build works, you're pretty useless in the early game. Like, before the dragon, you really don't do much. And Braum is actually a really good pick with Ashe, by the way. Just so you guys know. Braum is a really good pick because Ashe has big range and big attack speed. Even with this build, you know, even with this build, the first ability resets a basic attack. And what I mean with that is you can do basic attack, first ability. You're effectively going to be able to hit 2 basic attacks in a very short duration. Here, yet again, we really couldn't do anything. So it is what it is. Yeah, we just cannot do anything right there, unfortunately. But the whole thing about this build is getting to the mid-late game. When you get that mana mune and transform it into a Muramana, let's take a look. Boom, boom. Look, this is what I mean. Boom, 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 and boom. That's a kill, you see? Like, I'm sure I don't deal a lot of damage, but you still have some nice combos that you can do. You know, basic attack, first ability. It's a really nice combo. R is trying to go for us. I'm being a little careful. I have a free ultimate here. Boom, boom. Another kill, guys. You see? Like, you see how strong this is? Oh, he goes for it, so I go for it too, because why the hell not? Whee! No! Yes, 600 gold for me right there. This is the absolute best beginning of a game that you could possibly have as an Ashe. Like, this is amazing. Let's look at what happens here. Leona dives me. I have a barrier. But I don't use it. Look. I don't use it. I don't use it. I don't use it. I still don't use it. I'm trying to bait her. Look, look, look. Now I use it. Now I use it. And I get a kill. What lesson do you guys take from this? Alright? What lesson do you take from what happened here? Don't use your barrier too early against a champion that cannot kill you easily. Right? Leona is a champion that doesn't do a lot of damage. Sure, she would have killed me without a barrier. But why on earth would I use my barrier early? Why would I not bait her to go under the turret and then use my barrier under the turret and kill her in return, right? So against champions that you can see won't kill you instantly, if you can bait them, it would be really good, right? Like they can go under the turret, you get a free kill, as I got right there. So during the first dragon, you're not going to be very strong. Like, I'm not going to be very strong right now. Just gonna be okay-ish, okay-ish. Like, there is really no reason for us to fight. Basically, that's what I'm trying to say. There's no real reason for us to fight, and you know what I'm doing here is I'm just poking. Although I gotta be a little careful. I'm staying close to the Braum so he can escape. That's what he does. But yeah, I went a little too deep, and as you can see, I'm probably gonna die. Aye. I got a kill in return. I mean, that's okay, but the principle was I went too far. Me and Braum both went too far. There was really no reason for us to go there. So again, as I said, Ashe skills beautifully into the late game, especially with this build. You skill beautifully. There's no reason for you to try to contest a fight like that that is obviously lost. As you can see, the dragon was lost anyways. Why would we go for the dragon? That was such a horrible mistake for me as well to follow up. We should have just stayed in our lane. We nearly lost our turret because of that stupid play right there. Oh, another thing. Another thing with this build that you guys need to know. Your ultimate is going to be on a really low cooldown. Really, really low. So that's another good part about this build. Your ultimate is going to be on an incredibly low cooldown. We should be able to kill this guy. I ult him. Boom, boom, boom. Look at that damage. Boom, boom, and boom. There we go. I'm tanking for the Braum. Easy peasy kill. So again, this build doesn't have a lot of damage early game, but you really have to play this build correctly. That's what I'm trying to tell you guys. Get through the early game. Get through the early game and try to not get too behind. And once you reach that late game, you know what? The big power spike of this build, like the moment that this build becomes useful, is Muramana and Essence Reaver. This combination. Or Mana Mune, Essence Reaver, and then some more crit. Nice, that's another kill. That's also a good power spike. But basically, when you upgrade to the Muramana and have the Essence Reaver, that's where the power of this build is going to come from. That's really where the major power is going to come from. So like this game is going good. Like this game is going pretty good for us. This is quite ideal for Ashe. You know, I have 7 kills. I've only died once. My team is not doing too well, but me and the Braum, you know, are just chilling. And as you can see what I'm doing right here, I'm using random abilities in the base. Reason is because I have a Mana Mune. As you can see, I have 340 stacks. Once it reaches 700 stacks, that's when I get the upgraded item. That's when I get the Muramana. And of course, that's the major power spike of this build. You're gonna get a lot more attack damage when you upgrade to the Muramana. And your basic attacks are gonna start to hurt a lot more as well. But look at that. You see that poke? This is the early mid game poke. Late game it becomes significantly stronger. This is just early mid game poke and it's already dealing like 190 damage, which is more than 10% of their HP. You see what I'm trying to say? This poking is so incredibly powerful. And another quick tip on Ashe: when you use your third ability, you know the firefly that you can pop. Whenever you pop it, it provides true vision over a certain spot. And what true vision means is you can see everything. You can see wards, invisible enemies, everything like that. So the normal bird, you know, when you throw the blue bird, only provides normal vision to you. So like a ward and stuff like that. But when you pop it, it provides like true vision over a certain spot. So it's really good for clearing out wards. It's really good for revealing champions like Akali, like Kha'Zix, you know. Basically, it's really good at doing stuff like that. So if you want to utilize the true vision to clear out wards, look, there's a ward. Boom, true vision, 1, 2. You see, that's what I'm saying. I'm dead here. Yeah, I overextended. Now I have a big power spike. This is what I said. Like when you have these items, you see Mana Mune, Essence Reaver, and more crit. That's when my second ability is gonna start to hurt quite a lot. Like right now, my second ability is gonna start to hurt quite a lot, especially when it upgrades to the Muramana. That's like then we basically approach the late game Ashe power. You just have to survive. I know it's hard, but you just have to survive. And who got the dragon? The enemy stole the dragon. Of course, that sucks. I was able to stun an enemy and we got a kill for it, which was really nice. But yeah, it is what it is. They got another dragon. It's fine though. We have late game champions like me, Ashe, Veigar, right? These are late game champions, so we should be okay in this game. Like we've not fallen too behind. As you can see, I'm just trying to farm myself up as hard as I can. Veigar, for some reason, is completely overextending. Here, you know, they're probably gonna get the Rift Herald, but what am I supposed to do? Like, I'm just pushing out the wave, yet again, farming myself up to get to that late game, where my power is gonna be really big, right? Ashe can absolutely hard carry late game fights. Not only for damage, but also for just slowing all of the enemies so much. Because the slow is insane in the late game, you know? The higher level you get, the bigger the slow is gonna be. And when you crit, the slow is 2 times bigger. And with this build, you're gonna have nearly 100% crit. Wow, Darius is just cleaning up. So that's what I'm trying to say, like you provide so much utility to your team while dealing so much damage as well, like that's what makes this build so strong. Of course, the only weakness is the early game. That is really the only weakness. There's no other weakness. Look, my second ability, look at that, look at how much damage that already deals. You see? You see how easy it is to deal damage? Yet again, this is only mid-game Ashe, but you see how easy it is to deal so much damage? And imagine doing this amount of damage to like 3 enemies at the same time. That's what you have to imagine. Ult? Come on! Ah, he got the kill before me. That's sad. Oh, this is the weakness of the build though. Look! If a Camille dives you, or any bruiser dives you, you are pretty screwed, as you can see. This is like this. This is the weakness of the build. Again, I'm not gonna make this build look like a completely, utterly broken build. It's really good if you know what you're doing. Again, I did not know what I was doing there. I overextended. I allowed the Camille to engage on me and she just killed me, of course, because the whole power of this build is poke damage. And you're not gonna win a sustained damage fight against a Camille, of course. You're not gonna win that. Like, there is no way. Normal champions don't even win that. And of course, Ashe is not gonna win that with this build. He's probably gonna take the red buff because he's being toxic. Yeah, there it is. It would have been a really good red buff for me to take right now, but it is whatever, right? Like, who cares? Who cares? Just do my thing in the game. Ult. There it is. No, she dodged it. That's sad. When you get level 13, that's another major power spike, by the way, because then your ultimate is going to be on a really low cooldown. You know, you're going to be able to max your ultimate, then it's going to be on a very, very low cooldown. Also, Infinity Edge, you know, it's such a strong item on Ashe. I know it's your 4th item, so it takes a really long time to get. But Infinity Edge is going to make your damage even bigger, because the crits, you're going to have like 100% crit. Yeah, they're going to do way more damage with the Infinity Edge. Every basic attack is basically going to do more damage. So that's how crit works with Ashe. I have my ult. I shot it for the Camille. Let's take a look. Boom! I hit her. And that stun duration allowed Darius to get his passive, and now he's cleaning up the fight. That is all because of me, you see? Like, this fight is won because of me. I was able to use my ultimate on the Camille, stun her for 3 seconds. Darius got his stacks for free. Easy kill, you see? And then it snowballed into him killing even more people. Look at this, look at this. Look at how toxic this is. They cannot even get close to me. Look, boom. You see? Look, he gets close. I just do that. They can't get close to me. And boom, another hit. Look, and with the true vision, you clear out any wards, and boom, poke. Then I go for a stun. Boom, there we go. And boom, another poke. Look at how much damage I'm dealing. You see, like this, I'm dealing so much damage from such a long range. Boom, boom, another poke. I just have to maintain distance. Just have to maintain distance. But I can also go all in on a Camille like this. Boom, boom, boom. And you also deal sustained damage. You know, you also deal sustained damage. Boom, boom. Boom, boom. Look, you also deal some sustained damage. Not a lot, but you deal some sustained damage. In the late game it becomes a lot, but you really need like 4 items for it to become a lot. So yeah. I don't know where the Jax is going, so I'm just gonna abandon him. There's really not much that I can do for a Jax like that. I just want to get my Infinity Edge right now. I'm pretty close to the Infinity Edge. No, I'm not that close, but I'm like halfway there. I want to get that Infinity Edge because that's such a nice power spike to have. Oh, by the way, guys, if you're enjoying this video, make sure you give it a like. And yeah, give it a like if you enjoyed it. What was I saying? Oh yeah, another thing that I learned about this build is you don't have to wait for 6 stacks on this ability. just use it when you have like 3 or 4 stacks, because as you can see, the cooldown is so low. I have it again, you see what I mean? So what I've learned from this build after playing it multiple times, just use your first ability. It's gonna increase your damage, and there's no real reason for you to wait until you reach 6 stacks. Look, boom, boom, I just use it, an easy kill, you see? So just use it, because you're gonna deal so much more damage. Look, I use my third ability again for the true vision. I take away the ward, and now the enemy doesn't have vision over the Baron anymore. They don't. So it's like such a powerful tool. The third ability of Ashe as well. You can clear out the Baron or the Dragon Pit. You can clear out the Baron or the Dragon Pit with the True Vision. And this is such an underrated thing as well. Because not many people do it actually. They use it to like check where the enemy jungler is, but you can just do it to clear out the vision of the enemy. It's like such a strong tool, guys. Here I'm gonna shoot my ultimate on the Camille to stop her real quick. Boom. It's not quite enough, unfortunately. She still gets the turret. Yeah, it is what it is. I got my Infinity Edge, so that's fine. I have 4 items. Oh my god, I have 4 items already. It's insane. Boom, 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 boom. I have double buff and 4 items. We need to fight. Like I can destroy them. Ah, my red buff is running out. Never mind. Look, True Vision, there is a ward. Boom, boom, and boom. No more ward. You can constantly use this in the late game as well. Especially when you reach level 15. The cooldown is going to be so damn low of the third ability. So, use it. Just use it. Use it to clear out vision. It's going to be really good for you in the late game. Enemies are split pushing. What are we doing? We're just taking the mid lane tower. We can take the inhibitor and... Someone needs to go back though. Yeah, Baron went back, you know, the Braum went back to stop the Camille, and now I need to go back as well. Come on. We can just easily stop that. We got an inhibitor in mid, that is really good. And now I'm gonna stop the Camille from taking this one. Boom, there we go. Boom, 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 and boom. Easy, easy kill. Elder Dragon is spawning as well. We have a decent advantage here, because we killed the Camille. Unfortunately, our Veigar just died. No, not a good moment to die. Ooh, I take red buff, and now I'm at like my strongest, right? I'm super powerful right now. I'm coming to help them, of course. Let's just hope they don't int before I'm there, because now we should win the fight. I will deal so much damage, so let's just see what happens. Come on. Stun him. Boom! Easy stun. Look. Boom, 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 boom. Instantly killed the Lee Sin right there. Oh. Look, this is why you need a Black Cleaver, by the way. I would have shredded the Leona with a Black Cleaver. Which I am building, but I don't have it yet. That's why I can't shred her quite yet. Yeah, we cannot go in here. Oh, Camille. Look, I'm just poking them. Boom, boom. Look at this. Boom, boom. Look at my damage. Look at my damage. Look at that. You see? Like, you still deal so much sustained damage with your first ability. It's crazy. And now we just won the game. We're gonna finish the game and we won. But you see, like, and now I can get a Black Cleaver as well. After the Black Cleaver, it was game over, because no one could frontline my damage anymore. Because Leona, I would shred her armor. Camille, I would shred her armor, and they would just get destroyed. I would completely, utterly destroy them. So, oh man, I have a headache. This stupid COVID, man. Alright, we're good. Let's take a look at how much damage I did and everything like that. Let's take a look. Plus 10 LP, of course, the stupid LP system. Look at that damage. So much damage. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed the video, and I will see you all in the next Wild Rift video. Bye bye.